Hey, it's Bert Kreischer, and you're listening to It's Eric Nagel.
You of the show, Eric and Jordan here with you, talking about television, movies, streaming updates, all the news that is fit to print. And of course, as we start this segment, what we do. Why is it on my studio like that? I don't know why.
You're giving the fans what they want. A lot more of Eric.
Nobody wants that. As we start segment 2, what we do here is talk about things that we have been watching, consuming, playing, viewing, all of those fun things. Jordan, what have you been up to?
Recently, they put The Running Man, the new one, with Glenn Powell out on Peacock. So I watched that. That was a waste of my time. Like,
really?
I love the director. I really love him. Edgar Wright is fantastic. He did the Cornetto trilogy. I love those movies. Mm-hmm. This movie is just not an Edgar Wright movie. I just did not like it. And
more like an Edgar wrong.
And so they follow the story a lot closer to the Bachman book, which is the pseudonym for Stephen King. And I didn't like it. Like, I really just didn't like it. I thought it was boring. So I watched that. Didn't like that. So in my quest to just put on things that I don't know, I've never watched before, but I keep seeing clips on TikTok. I started watching The Rookie with Nathan Fillion. I think it's got like 6-7 seasons at this point. Okay. But I started from the beginning. I like it. I really like it. I love Nathan Fillion, but like I've enjoyed that show. I've finished season 1, going on to season 2. Did that. Like you said, Free Bert. For those of you coming off that interview, we did watch all 6 episodes of Free Bert. I thought it was funny. I really thought it was entertaining. You and I, like you said, got an early screening of it, and we were watching it together and just laughing our asses off and having to like pause and talk about what we just watched because it was funny. There's a lot of really quick dialogue, a lot of whole stuff.
This will be taken the wrong way. The whole hand job arc throughout the whole first season there.
It's so funny.
Really brings the whole show together.
It really does. It just, it's so fun.
Yes.
But I really loved the strip club bit where he's trying to be at 2 places at once, and he's doing the sitcom bit where he's like, I got to be cool here wearing a shirt, and he goes over to like Pac-Man Jones, he's taking off a shirt there, and then he's like, it's just the funny sitcom bit where like he goes back to the one group, but he forgot to like put his shirt back on, but he had like the sport jacket on. And I'm just like, this is so stupid.
That's such an
so
old,
funny.
I forgot who he's paying a homage to, because that's such an old trope. I forgot what it was, where somebody changed in here, went that, and then eventually going back and forth, you're wearing the wrong thing.
It's in every sitcom, every comedy. I mean, they've done it in things like, Friends, and like, they did it all kinds of stuff. And it's such an easy bit to pull, and it's so funny. But yeah, I really enjoyed that a lot more. Like, and not to disparage Bert, but like you see comedians get their own show and they do these kinds of comedies. Not all of them land. And this for me was funny from the moment it started, where he's doing the corporate bit with Rob Lowe. And it's just so funny. So I really enjoy it. If you're going to watch something, the episodes, there's 6 episodes. They go by very quick. You can binge it real fast. It's like in the interview with Bert, he said it's his way of saying I made a 3-hour movie, but they had to break it up episodically, and it worked. It really was funny.
That scene where he just pulls up to the school, he's like, "Oh, cool, a black kid."
Oh, cool, a black kid.
There was no reason for that to be as funny as it was, and for him to be as excited as he was.
Yeah,
but
so it's really funny.
Go see it on Netflix.
And then the other thing I watched that you're gonna have some, and I put your note in here because it's funny. I watched the first episode. I haven't watched the second, but I have watched the first episode of Starfleet Academy. And I know you had also watched it and had some extracurricular activities regarding the show that I would.
What note did you put in? What am I not seeing?
Your note of Eric make gay sci-fi fans mad again.
Okay.
So we need to address your outside of the show activities. But what did you think of the show? I personally have my opinions, but I want to hear what you thought first.
No, sir, I didn't like it. I wanted to. I am a Star Trek fan. Mm-hmm. I'll be honest, I didn't really give a shit about the original television series, but I loved the movies. Mm. And then, like, mine was TNG was the Next Generation. I love TNG. I love the show. I love the movies that they did. I like Deep Space Nine, and I even liked Voyager.
Voyager was good.
I did not really care for Enterprise, and I kind of fell off after that's the Scott Bakula one, right?
Yes.
Yeah. I kind of fell off after that, but I poked my head back in again when Discovery came around. And I was like, I don't care if Pike is in this thing. I don't care about this. I know people love the what is it, Lower Decks, the animated series.
I heard good things. Yeah.
People hated that Section 31. It got tons of bad reviews.
It was supposed to be a show, and then they revamped it to just make it a movie. But it's weird because like I really enjoyed the character Giorgio. Mm-hmm. Like her evil version is what came in to do Section 31 or 33 or whatever. It's like their like CIA, their spy ops group of people. I never watched the movie, so I don't know how good or bad it was.
Yeah.
They're in Discovery. Like that's why I was excited for that. So, but yeah, they did that. And then they did Strange New Worlds, which Dade has put in the chat there. Yeah, Strange New Worlds is good.
I have not watched that.
That is, but see, I'm not into Pike as a character. Like I didn't care for him in the original series. He was only like on one episode, the pilot before they got
where they made him into a Dalek. Yeah.
And then they tried bringing him into the J.J. Abrams Kelvin timeline, which is what really actually makes me mad about Star Trek now. Is that not so much that they follow the Kelvin timeline where, that they switched the way time is, but they've made everything too shiny. They've made everything look like an Apple store. Everything's got lens flare. Everything's got to be really cool to for camera work. And that's why it's so hard to get into some of the newer stuff, especially the Starfleet Academy, is that they're trying to get too artsy with it. And you're looking like you're sitting there, like you said, it looks like a mall, but then, it's just, I don't care.
I saw a review video. I think it was Desparu. He says it looks like the Orlando airport.
It kind of does. Yes.
And I was like, God damn, that's a better description than, because I kept saying it looks like an old, multi-tier mall. And he was like, it looks like the Orlando airport. I was like, you're right. It does look like the
it's got all the lens flare of a J.J. Abrams, but it also looks like it's shot like a, like Bad Boys. Everything's got weird angles and everything's got this weird orange tinge to it. Like it's always at golden hour. Like they're filming this entire thing in golden hour. You're in space. Why has everything got this color? And it's weird. It
should only look like that when you're doing the teleporting scenes.
Right, which apparently is instantaneous on this, until it serves the story to do it, they can't.
Yeah,
and it frustrated me just in the first episode where you've got the first officer who can beam off deck to go help the group out until it's necessary, and then all of a sudden transport
has to run all the way down to stop something.
So annoying. They brought back the holographic doctor, which is fine. I like Robert Picardo. He's fantastic. He was great in Voyager. He's great in everything else. But yeah, something about this show bothered me. And the one character that didn't bother me, that made sense once they told me what she was the black girl with the big mouth and the little afro puffs, like the brat. Like she's like it's like you think she's autistic, but she's not. It's just, I didn't hate her character as much as I thought I was going to when she first started. I love Picardo. He's so good.
I don't like him anymore, but I did.
I liked you at the time.
No, because he turned into one of those other assholes, like the cast of Doctor Who did, the people from Star Wars did. If you don't like what we're doing, you're racist, you're a homophobe, you're all this shit here. The franchise has passed you by. It's not for you. Or in the case of Star Trek, they love saying it was never for you. And these are the same dumb fucks that would always say, oh, gatekeeping and the nerd culture and the comics and all that stuff. Well, you're doing the same thing by every time that they change a fucking beloved franchise to put out whatever message or whatever agenda they're doing. And they like Doctor Who did something different. They started out saying the audience is a fucking problem and this isn't for you before they even showed you what they were doing.
Mm-hmm.
At least Star Wars waited and then said, "Oh, the audience doesn't like anything. Their purpose, like when the what was the thing with the lesbian space witches for Star Wars?
Oh yeah, the Acolyte.
The Acolyte. Oh, of course, white men don't like this thing. No, nobody liked this thing.
Well,
it got canceled. Nobody liked the fucking thing. It was terrible. You had the guy from
The Good Place.
Squid Games.
Oh,
no, not
yeah,
him, but the guy from Squid Games on there as the lead who could barely talk.
He learned English for this role. Like, lean into the fact that he doesn't speak English and subtitle it for the morons that need to read.
And
like,
there was never any Asians in Star Wars. Not that there couldn't be, but they just weren't
one black
there.
guy, and
there wasn't an Asian culture anywhere in Star Wars. Now all of a sudden it's chock full of them for some reason, and that's fine.
Segregate that.
Yeah, but it's
soundbite.
Segregate that. Segregate that one while you're doing that.
We're only days
it made
removed
no
from
sense.
MLK.
But anyway, the point being is that they would put this stuff out there, and then the audience would go, "This is terrible." It would get trashed and panned online and everything. Oh, it's being review bombed. Oh, the audience doesn't know. They don't understand what we're the message, or they don't understand what we're trying to tell them, or this is the future, and you got to either get with it, or this is not for you anymore. You'll get left. Like Russell T Davies will never ever repair his image for the shit he did with Doctor Who and all of that stuff. And it's like we're telling you how to think. This is the modern world. You need to get on board. That's the same shit you were complaining 10, 20 years earlier, even in the 80s, that the comic book fans were this gatekeeping people. Video game fans were gatekeeping people from coming in and liking this stuff here. And to be fair, in certain cases, they were.
Right.
But you look at this shit now and they're like, Star Trek was never for you. What?
Why shouldn't it be, though?
No, it was. It's not. It's just for us. Stop trying to take things that are for us. You want this shit, make your own properties. And I got to find that clip. I forgot who it was saying it, but they said, why are you doing that? Because if they do this, nobody watches it. Right. So that's the chance you take. You make your own properties. You want to put out your own agenda, your own message. Doesn't matter what side. I'm not picking sides on this stuff, but you want to put out a certain message, a certain point of view, a perspective. Don't take an existing property that's popular and say, well, we're in charge of it now. We're going to change it to do what we want to do with this. And if the audience doesn't like it, it's their problem, and shit on the audience all the time. Then they wonder, why aren't people going to the movies anymore? Why are people not watching this stuff anymore? Because the audience is far past the point of being told that we're all pieces of shit, that we all don't know what we want, that we all hate everything. There are people out there who are like that. I'm not denying that. But the entire audience can't be that.
Well, don't shit on an audience that has kept this franchise going for 60 years. This year, we're celebrating 60 years of Star Trek, from the original series to now. Don't say that you just don't understand what it's supposed to be. Yeah, I do. Because I sat through seasons upon seasons of Next Generation where they tackled political shit. They tackled, people's differences, sexuality. They tackled all these things, but they presented you in a way where, guess what? They wrapped it in something that I can identify with, and then I can also learn something about something else. And I said this, where if you write good stories and work these things in, you don't feel like you're being hammered with this shit. You feel like, I watched something good. I may have learned something new. Maybe my worldview changes a little bit, but I'm not being told it's not made for me because I can identify with it. Everyone should be able to identify with a good story and maybe learn something different.
But look, everybody knew Star Trek was, at least the storylines and everything were very progressive. For whatever time they were moving forward in things that weren't normally done on television or seen in movies or whatever.
First interracial kiss.
Well, it's not.
Martin Luther King. Well, yeah, but Martin Luther King Jr. literally told Nichelle Nichols she cannot quit this show because of the representation that she did.
Right.
We are 4 days removed from celebrating Martin Luther King Jr. He was instrumental to keeping her on that show.
He was supposed to be Scotty, by the way.
Right. It would have been fantastic. And I think it would have been a good move. But no, here they are.
I cannot. Yeah, go ahead.
I have a dream. I'm not going to do a bad impression of a dead civil rights leader.
I'll try. Let me see. What did Scotty say? I cannot hold it together, Captain. There you go.
I would love to.
I've given her all she can.
That's what we need AI for. I need to see Martin Luther King Jr. talk about dilithium crystals.
Yes.
Not Folgers crystals.
In Star Trek 4. Hello, computer. Computer. Oh, I have to use a keyboard.
How quaint.
I
fucking love it. How do you know he didn't invent transparent aluminum? Fucking love part 4. But great. We understand that that show and this franchise, no matter when it was, broke those kinds of barriers throughout. We know what it's about. You don't have to hammer it over our heads. No. I don't need a sensitive Klingon. I don't need an autistic robot.
Well,
I don't need all
getting
this shit.
A little too far into that. When I'm not there yet. The point I was saying is, like, I know Star Trek has been very forward thinking and progressive with those things. Nobody had a problem with that. The issue is that at least during the OG movies or TNG, Deep Space, they would present these things all the time. For the long time, the Klingons were the racist people that wanted to eliminate the Vulcans and all that other stuff. And then they worked things. They would present the scenario. Not every time did it get resolved.
No.
Because, the Federation or mankind feels this way. Doesn't mean these races, these alien races, whatever, these civilizations felt the same way too. And sometimes they just had to go, we can't change them. Or maybe, they would have some kind of epilogue where they're like, maybe one day they'll see the error of their ways, or maybe one day they'll realize that we can get more done together than apart, that kind of shit. They would either let you keep it open-ended, or let you figure it out. I'm like, do you think he really came around to this? Or do you think that they're going to work? It was presented. Here's the topic. We're not here to give you the answer.
Right.
They were here to show you, when they said, it was always a mirror reflecting the times. Right. They would show you what's going on, but they weren't there. It's like, we know how to fix this. This is the answer. This is what, that's why people get pissed off. It's not some people, I guess the progressive stuff does piss them off, but it's just when you're being told you're wrong. This is the way it has to be. This has to be included. This has to be told this way. This is not for you. You're not a real fan of this shit. You can't tell the paying audience they're wrong. You don't agree with them, but the audience is always right because they're paying for it. So if the audience, it's just like Vince McMahon used to do in wrestling. This is a perfect example. He would listen to what the crowds were saying and doing. Now, he would have storylines that would be total shit, or he'd push characters that really went nowhere, whatever. But if something happened live in the moment, like somebody said something during a promo, and then the next live show, people are chanting that, or they have signs already as Raw comes on. They pan the audience. You see the signs. Vince would go, we got to scrap that thing. Look what the audience is doing. They want that. We got to get the T-shirts out right now. They would present stuff out there. And there were times where Vince, he was right and he wasn't always right. But more times than not, he would listen to the audience. Why is he getting a shot at the belt? Did you see what happened the last 3 months? The audience are all about this guy now. We have to push that. They listen to the audience. Hollywood doesn't listen to the audience. They always just say, well, the audience is the internet. It's like they're racist. They're terrible people. They just don't like women. They don't like this stuff. No one had a problem with Janeway as a captain.
No,
people loved Voyager. No one had a problem with not Deanna Troi. Who was the doctor on TNG? Crusher.
You know who I hated? Pulaski. Fuck that bitch. But yes, Crusher was fantastic.
and Will Wheaton. But when Crusher would give Picard shit all the time.
Yeah.
And no one had a problem. Like, who is she to talk? Like, no one had a problem with that. No one has a problem with Laura Croft. No one has a problem with Sigourney Weaver in the Alien movies. They love those first 3 movies. Like that. When done the right way and presented in a position of like, I believe this, or this makes sense, no one has a problem with women characters. Nobody has a problem with a black man in the lead and all that stuff. Like, no, I know people were getting kind of about a black, they were thinking about putting a black man as James Bond, right?
Who cares? Do it. Fucking
right.
cares.
But when they mentioned it, like that rumor going around was Idris Elba, people were thinking, British guy, but hold on. He goes, British guy. Yeah. Good looking. He's kind of suave, sophisticated. He would be that makes sense. That makes sense. If you want to do a black James Bond, he would be an ideal candidate. Okay. I get it. I know times change. It's not always this stuff here, but when it makes sense, or like, hey, this could be the thing, people don't normally have a problem with that. It's when you're pushing this other shit and telling you, here's why everything you know and everything you enjoy is gone, is bullshit. It's not canon anymore. This is the new canon. You need to now believe. If you're not on board, this is not for you, and you're the problem. And then don't understand when everything fails and goes, what? It's like, well, it's always white. It can't always be white men. There's plenty of other bloggers online that are black people, Asian people, women of all kinds, whatever, telling you it's like, I love this franchise. I'm not just talking Star Trek. I love this whole thing.
Just anything.
They have a fucking problem with it because you're ruining some of this shit. Listen to the audience. You don't have to do 100% of the audience. I understand, because not all the time is the audience fucking right. But when enough stuff comes up, and here's a point that will haunt Hollywood forever. I'm sorry, and then I'll let you speak.
Oh, no, that's fine.
Here's something that will haunt Hollywood forever. Stranger Things, the end of Stranger Things, so beloved by people of all creeds, colors, races, religions, genders, whatever. Very beloved worldwide, not just America, worldwide. Season 5 comes in. That first part, people are like, okay, I'm digging this.
First 4 episodes were great.
Second part, I goofed on the whole time because I think Will was a terrible character, but him crying and having the reverse intervention about being gay as his superpower now, all this shit wasn't just me, wasn't just, white guys or straight people or being homophobic, but a lot of people were saying, okay, but everybody kind of knew it didn't really need to be like, you didn't need to have the entire fucking cast in a room to do this. And you're doing it right before this world apocalypse is happening.
Right.
The timing was
stop the story.
The timing was off. The momentum was off. Everything was off. You get to the third part of Stranger Things, and everyone's like, where are the Demogorgons? Where are the dogs? Where are the bats? This doesn't make sense. Why does this happen? Where's all this? There's people. It wasn't just people shitting on the thing because they didn't like Stranger Things. There were a lot of people upset that love the franchise. Beloved the franchise. And here's the point I'm trying to make of why this will forever haunt Hollywood. Because now of where the AI technology is, right? And people have access to it and can do all of these things. What started coming out? Better versions of the ending. Other scenes remodeled by fans of the property, not people who were shitting on the property, fans that loved this thing and wanted to see it better thing. They made
not even changing the story though. Like they weren't even changing major things. They were just adding things that should have been there. Like the Demogorgons being in there. Like they were chasing people down. Doing
that one video where you see them coming down the cliffs and stuff. You see the dogs racing, the Demogorgons running, the bats flying while the fucking Wild Wild West spider is coming through, all that stuff, and Nancy's running away. People are like, holy shit, that's the better ending. That's the better, or at least that better version of the scene. Fans that love these properties have the tools now to take your original works and make it not just how, I guess it is fan fiction, but seeing it in the way they want it, but saying why couldn't it have been this? And I did this for a fraction of the cost that you had $400 million plus for this season. And then people online were obviously the mocking of Will being gay and everyone going ew and throwing stuff at him, hilarious. But yes, that's not what I'm talking about. The other stuff where they're making different scenes better. It's like we're fixing a plot hole. We're showing that you're gay. Fans that love the franchise were fixing the problems. Now because that happened, you're going to see shit going down the line. I don't know if you'll see it for Starfleet Academy. Maybe it'll get better. I don't know. But these first 3 episodes were you're going to see things now when they put shit out. Fans are just going to go, fuck it. I know how to do all this stuff. I'm going to make a better version of this. And these are people who love these properties. You can't tell people this isn't for them anymore. Look, there's totally legitimate the argument when you're saying we're doing this for a younger audience to bring them in. So some things have to change to bring a younger. I get that. But you can't say, fuck a 60-year history of Doctor Who. Fuck a 60-year history of Star Trek. We're only going to care now and make fucking, Dawson's Creek Star Trek version
one's a
here.
CW show,
yeah, the CW version of this thing here, and it's like I don't understand why. If you loved Star Trek and you don't like this, you didn't love Star Trek. No, my mom loves Star Trek. Our parents loved Star Trek, the original stuff in there. They'd watch this shit and go, "I'm not watching this. It's not even that. Oh, this isn't for me anymore. It's like this is fucking garbage."
Well, this is a weird, annoying gripe that I have about this show. Just one episode in, is that
it me?
It's just seeing you react to it. Yeah, no, it's having to insert bad language or random language in places it doesn't belong.
Oh, they said bad. Oh, she's being badass or something in there.
Well, that's not even the part. Like there was one part where this character, and I forget what race he is, where they need him to go out onto the hull to help the main character to do something, right?
Oh, and without spacesuits and stuff.
Without a spacesuit.
Yeah.
Whatever. So he's a particular race. He's like the only one that's ever been into Starfleet of that race and all this stuff. And the guy goes, well, how are you going to do that? And he changes his form. He looks all silvery and weird. And he goes, because I'm a whatever bitch. And I'm just like, what the fuck is that? There's always a line in something that makes you cringe and go, that was terrible writing. That line pissed me
bitch
off.
Is not even a what do they call after millennials? Zillennials, Zoomers, whatever that's not even a slang from them.
No,
bitch is a Gen X thing.
Yeah,
right.
But he said that, and I'm just like, why? Why are you doing that?
And in the context of that show is what 300-400 years past like the Kirk era. Right.
At least
it's several.
I don't even know the timeline anymore because at the beginning, Holly Hunter's, well, we do this one thing we need you to burn.
I'm gonna get into Holly Hunter in a second.
What?
Yeah.
What did you? I did what you said.
It's in the 32nd century, which I don't know how far that is removed from
Stardate 8000, whatever.
Right. But like again, 32nd century. We're in what the 21st century.
Yeah.
They're not saying bitch and Riz and all that other shit, and then they're long past that.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and it annoyed me.
Like,
and
saying that shit is like us saying 23 skidoo,
which I'm going to start doing for more often. Yeah, like it felt out of place. It just felt like it shouldn't have been there. And like Holly Hunter, I'm not even going to talk about how she speaks because that's how she speaks. I know you will. But like there are like I'm sitting here watching her. She's like sitting in the chair all askew. She's reading a book. She's just bored. Like they made her too quirky. And I'm just like, I don't know. I long for the days of getting Picard in there. Like I love Picard. He's my favorite. Like he's just that's my captain.
Elegance,
and
some kind of
bring some kind of order,
demeanor,
some order to it.
Yeah,
I don't know. It's just,
some respect. You know, you could say it's all stuffy and that was all men's stuff there. Yeah. But you know what? When you, even though it's supposed to be a more elite version of civilization,
yeah,
it's still a military operation, a humanitarian, like there's different layers to this thing.
Sure.
You should present yourself as such, like dress for the job that you want, act accordingly and proper as respect for the position that you're holding and the organization that you're a part of. She's sitting there with her fucking feet up on the captain's chair, like you said, reading a book, like a 12-year-old sitting in like the one chair for like a matching couch set, right? She's just sitting there,
arms like legs over the arm, just relaxing.
There's no respect in this thing, and they're all supposed to. That fucking Tig Notaro speech when she's walking around the classroom with the cadets. We're here to raise each other up and whatever. Like she's just total shit in there because they all are shitty to each other.
Yeah,
in this whole thing here. I have more to go, but I want to let you finish what you want. We're going with this.
There's just design aesthetics that I don't like about this. Like I don't like the design of the ship. The Athena, I think it's terrible. That
looks like their comm badge or whatever.
I was like, why do your
Medal of Honor?
Yeah, like the comm badge, the insignia themselves looks fine. Whatever. The ship to look just like it looks weird. Like I don't like the nacelles being detachable. I don't like that they look like wings. Like what are you doing? Who designed this ship? Like
it's not even functioning to walk around in. Nothing's connected.
No, it's all super weird. I don't like like I said, things that are done out of convenience where the girl's trying to get into the system to help the guy that's out on the hull, and she can't do it. And then the doctor pops in because he's AI, and he's like, "Oh, let me help you." Blah blah blah. Oh, this terminal's down, but there's another terminal that works. Why would you make her run around the ship to go up the stairs to do that when you can just pop out and pop in and do it there? There are things that are done out of convenience that I hate, and it's just lazy writing. It's bad writing, and it's putting people in situations that they don't need to be in.
Right.
I don't think the first episode sells this show very well. I'm going to continue a couple episodes in just to see, but I am just not impressed immediately. Like, I don't mind the main character, the little kid that ends up being the big guy, who's like apparently 9 feet taller than Holly Hunter at like 5'2". I don't mind his character. I don't mind some of the other characters, but like, there are just things that it almost spits in the face of 60 years of history of this show. And I don't mind evolution. I don't mind doing new things, but there's just some stuff that just doesn't make sense. And it was just because you don't know your history. And it sucks because it's Alex Kurtzman, who has been working on Star Trek stuff.
He's an asshole.
But he's an asshole.
Did you see that clip that's going around? I mean, it's been around for a long time, but where he's talking about how it's like, we're not really here to elevate Star Trek. He's talking.
Why not?
Let me see if I can find the clip, because you'll get so fucking mad. Where he's talking about, it's like, we're talking about like Black Lives Matter, NAACP. He's listing all these things, and he goes, it's like, we're using Star Trek to get those messages out because those are very important organizations that need more time, that need more attention and everything. And it's like, it's not really about being Star Trek. You're like, why the fuck are you here then?
You can, like, again, you can write these shows, and I, you're fighting on the internet, and I jumped in a little bit to make my peace with it. But if you write something well, you can tackle current issues and still not be ham-fisted and heavy-handed. You can do these things. You can talk about the effects of torture and how, like, the government is telling you one thing even though your eyes see another. Picard did that in the 5 lights, 4 lights debate, where he's like, there are 4 lights, and the Kardashians are trying, or Kim Kardashian is trying to get him to think there's 5 fucking lights. Like, you can do these stories that make sense. You can talk about, differences in people, and not make it feel like if you don't agree with this, you're wrong. Battlestar Galactica did it. Babylon 5 did it. Star Trek does it in almost every iteration other than the most recent stuff. And that's the problem, is that you get these people who think they're writers come in and try to wrap what they want in a nice, chewy little Star Trek package, and it doesn't work. You have to work a different way. You have to establish a world that makes sense in the original canon, and then work your agendas into it, but not in a way that just hammers it over the people's head. And then go out and say, hey, guess what? It's not made for you. Well, it should be. It should be, because guess what? I have been a fan since I was little. I watched The Next Generation. Like you said, we went to Deep Space Nine. We watched Voyager. Fuck, we even watched Enterprise, even though we didn't like it. But guess what? We were there. And you have to cater to us, the audience that will keep the franchise alive, and then try to subvert our expectations and work these stories in. If you tell me, guess what? We're only going to appeal to the 10% that just found out about Star Trek. Fuck you and everybody else.
Yeah.
Fuck off, man. Like, I'm not going to support your shit. And then the franchise again will die, because no one was there for Enterprise, and the show and Star Trek went away.
Enterprise was on what? The old UPN network? Yeah.
It was UPN, and it failed after, I think, 2 or 3 seasons, because nobody supported it, because guess what? It wasn't great. That's what, again, the writing sucked, and it went away. And for the longest time, no one cared. J.J. Abrams kind of brought it back, it revitalized it, but then he got lazy and realized, I'm going to Star Wars, so I'm going to write a sequel that was kind of good when you first watched it, and then when you get out of the movie theater, you go, what the fuck was that? Why did they do that with Khan? What lazy fucking writing that is. You shouldn't have done that. There was no reason to just follow the same model of, Wrath of Khan was popular, let's do Khan again. It's just, I don't know. It's just this place. It gets frustrating because it's a franchise that I do love. And then when you do these kinds of things, it just kind of, and here we go. I mean, this is Steve's right. The franchise literally gives the middle finger to long-term supporters. And that's what happens. And that's what this show, I feel, again, just one episode in, feels like that's what they're doing. Everyone's got a quirk. Everyone's, whatever. The one white guy is the main antagonist to, the other guy. It's going to be a weird love triangle. I don't like Paul Giamatti in this. I don't. Like, almost immediately don't like him. He's trying to be over the top. And I don't know.
Yeah, it's
frustrating.
They told him to make the character have zero redeeming qualities. Like, there's nothing.
Be a complete asshole.
Yeah.
But also try to make him make a point like the government's bad and we have to protect our own. Like, no, you're just you're a fucking space pirate and not a good one.
I'll try to find the clip for next week.
Right.
I'm sure we're going to have more to talk about.
I'll watch it and we'll talk about it some more.
So he essentially said, he's like, it's more about getting these messages out. And I'm not saying message because everyone uses this term message for woke shit, but I'm like, he said that for these other organizations because they're more important than, he goes, this is not really about Star Trek. And you go, why are you running Star Trek then?
Why are you doing
Star Trek? Right. We'll wrap this up there because we got to get through the rest of the stuff.
Yeah.
But with the Holly Hunter, I had problems listening to her talk
immediately, and they give her like so many monologues and so many low speaking monologues. Like,
if you're not familiar, Holly Hunter, great actress. She's been great in other things. But she kind of went partially deaf when she was younger, and they had an implant put in there to hear, but it fucked up her speech. So she talks like this sometimes. She
kind of has this weird, fucking Little Nicky voice.
Sure.
Fucking Little Nicky.
When there's scenes where there's a scene where there's a red alert going on, right?
Yeah.
And I don't know what the fuck she's saying. I had to put the captions on.
I had to put the captions on the first 5 seconds of the show.
Right. So that she sounds and talks like arse face from Preacher.
Yes.
Like, I know she has that thing, but you can't hear her half the time. I'm like, she's a main character. Why does she have a main speaking role all the time if you can't understand her?
Yeah.
Right.
It's hard.
Yeah. So there was that. There was what's the other what was that? The blending of this is going to sound terrible. The blending of the races on there. The Jem'Hadar and the Klingon stuff. So now, because if you don't remember, this is super nerdy. Jem'Hadar was a clone race, like Clone Wars and Star Wars. But they were all male. They were all based off a male clone. So they were meant to be a militant civilization. No emotion, no anything like that. No sense of reasoning either. At least with the Klingons, you could talk them and wear them down and negotiate. And eventually they joined the Federation and they're a bit more cordial with people and all that. You can work with them. But now all of a sudden there's a female version. Like, where the fuck did she come from? She doesn't exist in that civilization. And then they explain, because of the way they were doing the breeding and stuff, now they can develop a female. And I was kind of like, ugh, all right. I don't care. It wasn't enough to get upset.
Science ex machina. Like, we just did it.
She's fine. She's at least she's an asshole. She's a militant asshole. She's almost like Sergeant Hartman. She's constantly yelling at everybody. But the fact where she's like, "Who told you to throw your bag down?" It's like, "Oh, shut the fuck up." He's not even a full cadet yet.
Yeah. And it's like she's got they put like a prosthetic in her mouth and she's got all the makeup on, but she's also know what she looks like? She looks like a British fucking bearded dragon. So she's like yelling shit but she's also got a very thick British accent. So half the dialogue you can't understand because she's always just barking orders at people.
The character origin is kind of like you roll your eyes, but it's not terrible considering everything else. Right. The way she acts is like, all right, at least she's acting like how they're supposed to act, based on the origins of that race in Star Trek and what have you. The other AI.
See, I didn't hate her as much as I thought I would.
So they kept saying, "Oh, she's a teenager. She was only made like 4 months ago." They put her as a teenager so she could relate to the students that were there. But she's autistic. Now, they didn't say that she is. There's nothing officially saying it. But the way she's acting is not of like a naive teenager. She's autistic.
I feel like she's just acting like someone who's way too young. Like, it's like putting a 5-year-old into a situation.
Yeah, but there's people around her age that aren't acting like this. And the way and here's where I'm saying I think she's autistic. When the red alert's happening, she's running around going, red alert, red alert, red alert. And
no, you're mixing characters.
Am I?
You're mixing characters because the black girl with, like I said, the brat baby, like Afro puffs, she's not doing that. There's another character that I think is like a Kiwi, like from New Zealand, and she's doing the red alert.
That ate her comm badge?
I think so. And then they the doctor gave her like something.
Okay, so that is on me. I apologize.
So yeah, two different characters. I know what you were talking about.
The AI still gets, she gets a little autistic. Dumb, yeah. But they all yell at her like, shut up, you don't know what you're doing. Like, they're constantly yelling at this AI thing, and so I'm like, what's the point of this? Right. I get all right, so that takes away from part of my issue. But the other one walking around grabbing her head yelling red alert, red alert, red alert. Yeah, and they're like, you don't have to say it. It's already saying that stuff. So
completely different character. Yes, different
character, but you're still shitting on an autistic person who's not officially autistic, but
as we should.
Yes. There's that. The Klingon, who is essentially a coward,
pacifist,
and he's like he enjoys bird watching, and you're like,
I like the bird watch. I'm like,
that's the thing. Like, if he was pacifist and he's more into if he had medical traits, like he was going to be a doctor or a farmer,
to save lives,
some kind of philanthropist kind of thing. Okay, I could see something breaking away from the pack and that mentality or whatever from centuries of that race being a warrior bred race,
a white bread race. Yes,
I'm just waiting for him to become Klingon fabulous. He hasn't happened yet, but he's getting there.
Right. Well, and here's the thing: Worf, as a Klingon, was raised by humans,
right?
So you can still make you a Klingon and still have that warrior's mentality and pride and stuff like that.
Dickish in him, where he was difficult, headstrong. Sometimes couldn't reason with him. He was quick to anger. Like he had a lot of the stuff. This guy, I like watching birds, and he's growling like Batman.
Oh yeah, his voice annoys me. He's like he's trying like this too much.
Yeah, and he was crying on the red or purple carpet that they did for the premiere and everything there.
Yeah, not a huge fan of him yet.
Fuck him.
Like there was a moment where I thought they were going to drop that, where the main character stood up to the white guy that was fucking with the Klingon, and then when he was like, "I'll get in your face," it was like very fucking Fast and Furious. They were getting in each other's faces. It's like, "I'll stop you," and then he kind of comes up and becomes Klingon for a second. He's like, "I'll fuck you," he's basically, "I'll fuck you up," and then they go their own ways. He's like, "It's for bird watching." I was like, "Fuck, you fucked it up." Yep. Like you had a moment where you drew me in and said, okay, there's better layers to this guy. And now, no, not so much.
No. And I love this thing too. It's like, it's like Star Trek has always been inclusive. When it came to Starfleet, whatever, there was all these people. It's like, this isn't anything. Yeah, I'm not complaining that there's a multitude of races and creeds and genders and whatever, all walking around together. The posters make it look like you said a CW show.
Oh yeah,
like, this is fucking Gossip Girl. This is Dawson's Creek. This is whatever. And you look at this and you go, "This isn't even the audience that you're trying to appeal to. You're trying to appeal to this younger audience. They don't act like this. They don't give a shit about this stuff. And you're trying to say this is important, and they're not watching this. I mean, to be fair, I don't fully know if they're watching it. I haven't heard.
I haven't looked at it yet. Yeah.
The only numbers I heard was they live streamed the first episode on YouTube, and it only had at one point only had 1,300 people that watched it.
I didn't realize the show was coming out so quickly. Like that's how much I just didn't pay attention.
Well, anyway, there's 3 episodes out. You want to go and watch it and see. And this leads to the other part, and then I promise we're going to move on from this. I posted something on Instagram, forgetting that there's a setting on there that automatically posts my shit. It makes me a thread account.
Threads, yeah.
That was the first time I've ever seen any interaction on Threads at all.
Yeah, you got a lot.
And it was all people, a lot of it's bots, but there were some people there that all have the same profiles, the same characteristics, the same victim bullet points.
Yeah.
That they identify with.
Checking off boxes is what the way I think about it.
Or to put it in the notes that here that Jordan wrote, the gay sci-fi fans are mad at me. Now, if you want to go check it out, I guess it's Eric Nagel on Threads then.
Should be, yeah.
All I did was post the dumb CW version poster. And I said, this show is not good, period. At all, period. That's it. Mm-hmm. I didn't say anything harsh. I wasn't attacking anybody based on their preferences or conditions or any of that stuff. I just said, this is not a good show.
Yeah, you really didn't like single out any particular thing that you didn't like about it. You just said you didn't like it. So many
super left-leaning people that all have anxiety and autism and some kind of gay representation in their profiles, which that means they're bots.
This is what you said. Part. You said, this may be a popular opinion, but wow, is Star Trek Starfleet Academy not good? Like at all. Hashtag Starfleet Academy. That was it.
I had people saying,
oh, you mean unpopular?
I was like, no, it's a popular opinion. That was the point. Is that I was like, this might be a popular opinion. This show is not good at all. And it turns out I'm right because a lot of people don't like this show.
Well, and this guy goes, so don't watch it. Not everything is for you. And that's when I got mad. I'm like, you can't use that as the catch-all. Like,
and whatever you wrote, it's like, oh, this did it, that did it. And I just went, Simpsons did it because I was just I thought it was funny.
I thought it was funny too.
Yeah. But yeah, there was all these people and it's like, I'm fucking tired of you. No, gay people using the F word. I guess they're reclaiming it. Fucking tired of Fs like you, thinking that you could just go around and tell everybody what I didn't. And I would write back. I go, you are getting personally offended by the fact that I said I didn't like a TV show. And some people were like, well, your opinion's wrong. And I would write, this is one of my favorite things to say or write on social media. I would just go, incorrect.
Yeah, you tend to do like the 1 word or 2 word answers that really riles them up.
That pisses them off more than you saying, "Hey, you F and F," or "Hey, you some kind of slur towards them, like everybody else would when they're fighting online." I go so low level the other way.
Right.
It infuriates so many people because they're expecting to hit me head on with me saying a whole bunch of stuff so that they can go, all the fucking defense points that they have now there. You're a fascist, you're a Nazi, you're racist, you're a sexist, you're a homophobe, you're misogynist, any of those things they want to throw at you.
Well, and we unfortunately have a mutual friend that kind of leans that way where you can't judge something if they have some kind of representation that they want to defend, because then yes, you are a homophobe, you are a misogynist, you hate black people, you hate Asians, you hate this or that. And I'm like, no, I'm judging it on the shitty writing that doesn't appeal to anybody. So stop defending everything just to be a white knight.
So yeah, there were people that were going off and other people. It's like, what exactly didn't you like about this? And
I bet you complained about Deep Space Nine too. SYBAU, which means shut your bitch ass up. And I'm like, what the fuck?
What did I write? What did I write after that?
No, and real accounts can only post.
Yeah, because it didn't look like a real account. So yeah, I would go low key on this stuff.
Tell me 3 things you didn't like about it, and you're like, no need. I was like,
there is no need.
It's so funny. You don't have to justify why you don't like it. No, you don't need to explain to them.
Some of these people who are real are looking to fight, and they only just were searching for this topic to start a fight or what have you. And they're like, examples. And I go, no. Like, I don't need to give you examples. I said I didn't like a television show. That's it.
Right.
And others then move on. And I'm like, well, you can move on because I'm not here to argue with you. Some people... I made the Holly Hunter comment about not hearing yourself or whatever, and I go, I forgot. Oh, let me see if I can find that one too.
I'm going through a lot of these trying to find anything that looks interesting. Oh yeah, this one was great. This one guy goes, "Fucking incels complaining about woke Star Trek is the absolute peak of irony." I'm like, oh, that's stupid. Like, that's not at all, like, again, you didn't single out anything specific. And that's the immediate response that you got was like, oh, you're an incel. You're this, you're that. The funniest thing about people who are defending shows like this or anything like this that are preaching inclusion are so quick to exclude you because you're white,
they're the
male,
nastiest people,
and you're straight.
Yeah.
And
but they're the ones that are
so funny,
fighting equality and preaching tolerance, all this shit. But and then when you say you act, I said, I have treated you nothing but respect, and I'm disagreeing with you in a civilized way. They have to escalate it to like they're allowed to act like that for, decades of being mistreated, whatever. They're allowed to act like this. And you go, no, you're not. I don't need to engage with you.
Did you know you're a subhuman conservative chud? That's a good one.
Yeah, that sounds like a legit account. This guy wrote, "Curious brother, what does it feel like to hate yourself so much? Real question. Guess you could say I'm pulling a Diogenes, Diogenes, Diogenes.
I have to look at it.
Okay.
I'm not catching what it's supposed to be by hearing it.
And this part didn't make any sense. I guess you could say I'm pulling a Diogenes, searching for empathy for coons like you with a lit lamp in broad daylight. I'm like, what? And then he followed up, your obsession with other people's bodies should be studied in a lab. What did I say? Yeah. I said, no, I said, I don't like this show. It's not good at all. That's it. This one is like, you look like someone who would get offended by aspects of this show.
No, I get it. I get offended by bad writing in any aspect. And I like a lot of dumb shit.
This one was good. This one, I'll give this guy's name out.
Oh, please do.
This guy, his avatar is a photo of him with his wife and I guess their kid.
Right? Oh, I think I remember seeing this one.
So this guy's name is Cow Defender. And he wrote to me and he said, I guess you're in your late 30s to mid 40s and you're getting to experience that feeling where you find out you're no longer the target audience for things. I got to experience this recently. And I said, no, but guess your account is in support of your partner. Good on you.
Yep, I remember that one.
He didn't get it because he wrote, thank you. She's pretty swell. I'm like, you dumb fuck.
You just don't understand. And that's the problem is that if you don't understand, like, I don't know. I think a lot of people who like some of this stuff just don't want to feel like they are against any of it. Mm-hmm. So they have to, like I said, white knight it because that's it. Because if I disagree with any of it, I'm a bad guy and I don't want to be a bad guy. I'm a supporter. I support everything about you. I love the gays. I love this. I love it. No, you can hate something for it being bad without saying I hate black people, white people, anybody.
I didn't attack anybody.
No, you just said you don't like it.
I didn't like the show. Who I did attack was Holly Hunter and her fucking speech impediment.
I don't know.
Because you can't be the lead on this stuff and you can't hear half the shit she's saying.
Right.
Yes, I'm attacking someone with a speech impediment. Yes. Because
Eric, you're an ableist, you conservative chud.
And she's a disableist who shouldn't be the lead of the fucking show.
And she's quirky though. She's very fun. She likes to run around and she's apparently very old.
Ready for torpedoes. Oh wait, so how did she say? Ready for torpedoes. It's like, okay, what is she doing? Stop.
Fireful phasers. So weird.
What Pitt's saying is like they can make anything in their magic microwave, but they can't fix their speech impediment. They can't fix her fucking glasses. She's wearing one point. She comes over, she puts glasses on to read the console. I go, they fixed Geordie's eyes in one of the movies, and this is like 100 some years later. She's still wearing glasses. She's got a speech problem. All this shit. They couldn't fix that. And I put that out somewhere. I'm like, they fixed Geordie's eyes, and he said they didn't fix his eyes. They put an implant on there. I go, they could have done it with her.
You mean you can fire phasers? We can't throw a little Lasix? Come on now.
Yeah. Couldn't do any of this shit. By the way, hello, the famous Lucy Typebox. Once over with Kaylee. Go support her channel. Wait till I post about hating Sinners. I haven't seen. I don't remember. I saw. No, I didn't see Sinners. I do have to. It's on my list. I have to go watch that.
You mean the currently popular version of From Dusk Till Dawn?
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I mean, it's this follows the same beats. Like they remade the movie through a fun, jazz soundtrack on it, and that's what it is.
Stevie Doherty in the chat saying, Eric, they are like, how dare you have an actual opinion? Why are you not repeating opinion of the collective? This is a fair statement towards even like the MAGA conservative, any of that stuff too. When everyone's in a group think kind of thing, and you can only say those talking points and can't have the discussion. You don't have to agree with it. You may not change people's minds, but you should be allowed to have the conversation. And when you're not, they're like, you're completely wrong. We're going to dox you. You're going to lose your career. You're going to, well, then, okay, if I got nothing to lose, I'm now going to come over and punch you in the face, because the majority of these people acting like shitheads online are people that have never been in a real fight and been punched in the face. Because if they had, they'd know the consequences. They'd have that memory of what it felt like being in that situation. They might rethink their position a little bit, or may cool it down to allow things to have a bit of a back and forth. More people, and I'm not saying the bullying thing needs to come back, although I wouldn't be opposed to it. No. I'm saying more people need to be fucking punched in the face just to know what it's like and think better down the line. If you still want to be the guy that goes in like Conor McGregor, and you're going to go in there, walking in like you're fucking Vince McMahon walking down the aisle to the ring, and you're going to go in there and start shit up, then that's just that person. But more people will be like, I know what that's like. I have my, I fucked up my nose, my jaw, whatever. I'm going to think twice about how I'm saying and handling these situations, and the world would be a lot better place.
Oh, I took a punch to the side of the head because I was mouthing off. And this is the thing I tell my kids, like, look, you're allowed to have your opinions, but you also have to realize opinions have consequences. So maybe you watch what you say to people and how you say it to people, and try to do that, because the second you mouth off to somebody and you get punched, I'm not going to feel that bad for you. I will still protect you, and I'm still your dad, and I will do whatever I can. But I also will say, well, you deserved it. Mm-hmm. And you're right. Remember this moment. Because that's that wake up call to think before you speak. And if you're going to have that opinion, know how to back it up.
Right.
And don't just say, well, it's my opinion, you have to listen to it. No, you don't. Your opinion can get you, fucking face punched in, lose a tooth. But yes, and whatever. But yeah, Star Trek, go check it out.
Yeah. Here's another thing that I say online too, because I know certain things that piss off people. And when
you're very good at poking.
When I don't want, no, it's not what poking. It's just the way to put the, as the kids say, full stop, whatever you want to call it. I know how to end a back and forth. This guy goes, I'm confused if this is an opinion or a question. I haven't started watching it yet. And I just wrote K. Mm-hmm. Lowercase K. A lot of people, what exactly do you have a problem with this show? No, it's not.
Like, I don't need to tell you.
No, I don't need to tell you. When they're like, well, don't post online. This one guy deleted his fucking response, our back and forth, and all my responses are gone to this.
Yeah.
This one guy, I went through his account and I saw he was just a shithead and what he would say to a lot of other people. I started screen capping his responses to other people. So when he was coming at me full, like cursing and everything full force on this stuff, I would just post screen caps of his responses to other people in his words. Mm-hmm. And after the third one, he deleted the thing and disappeared. This one here is, he says, I love when y'all say this shit because it shows everyone just how stupid you really are. His response, this is a lie and you're stupid for believing it. Please, won't you, you wouldn't do shit, pussy.
No, that's a good one.
Yeah, I had that here. I have, I think, 18 screen caps.
I wrote that in a greeting card once.
Dear Mom.
To my kids.
Calm down, Gramps. You have some porn bots to talk to. Wow, I can tell you're very smart with the laughing emoji. You're also fucking stupid and you love showing everyone. Too dumb to even be embarrassed by how fucking stupid you are. So I had all his responses. After the third one, he deleted the thing. And I didn't even get a chance to go back because I was looking in his profile to screen cap stuff. Went back to, I couldn't even get because you know how I like to send the interactions to you, and because Rob loves it for some reason.
I laugh and when you sent me one of them, I immediately told you, I love when you do this. This is you and Doctor Who all over again, or something to that effect. And then you're like, Brody said the same thing to me not like an hour ago. And then Rob, when he got it, said the same thing about it. And I was like, there's the trifecta. All your friends know that you're fighting with people who have over sci-fi on the internet.
Yeah, it's like you're fending off angry gay people over sci-fi shows that I have a full right to be upset about and I find beloved to me. But they're now in charge and they're like, well, this isn't for you and you're not part of this club. And so fuck you. You're not. And when you prove them wrong or you don't prove them wrong, when you refuse to answer some of the questions the way they want you to, because they're ready to combat, like they'll have answers. They're not dumb. A lot of them are dumb, but some of them aren't. They have stock answers that they go to fight white guys online. Right. And when you don't give them the flow chart to do this, they don't have the telemarketer script that answers everything. The next page, and you throw a wrench into the whole thing. They're like, "What?" And they start a different path to go in there, and you don't respond to it. This guy wrote, I'm giving it some time. The first episode was good, but the second's romance plot was kind of boring to me. I love the setup and Paul Giamatti as the villain. The Klingon scientist and Bully Red are my favorite characters so far. But again, I'm waiting for a few more episodes to really form an opinion. You should too. And I just thumbs up.
Well, the funny thing is that I agree with that. Like I as much as I want to fight with these people, like I agree with that. I may not have liked that first episode, but I will watch the second. I will watch the third. But if you don't hook me within a couple episodes, not going to watch it. I'll fall off.
Right.
So it's got to get better.
A lot of them were saying it's because of comments like this and all the outrage that I decided to go and actually check it out, and I love it.
Well, that's why you went and watched it. No, but you saw someone was mad about it, so you said, you know what? I'm gonna cancel their vote. I'm gonna go and say I'm gonna do the opposite. Response.
One guy wrote me. And
you watched it because you wanted to.
He wrote me and he sent a link to something which I didn't realize was his website with his written out analysis of the first episode.
Right.
And I said, sorry, not a credible source. And he said, well, everyone has their own opinion. And I was like, that was a weird answer. And I went, I'm like, oh, he was linking me to his site to tell me his thoughts on this thing. And I just said, well, it's not a credible source, so I'm not reading it. Because it's true. Sometimes you just get a link and I'm like, I'm not clicking that. I don't know where that goes. I don't want the fucking malware from all that shit. God, there's over 300 things in here. I'm trying.
It's probably one of your more popular fights on the internet. It's pretty good.
Then don't watch the rest. No one's tying you to a chair and forcing it on you. And I wrote back, I said a show wasn't good and this personally affected you, and they go away. They don't want to deal with all that.
I like the guy that goes, tell me 3 things you didn't like about it. And you're like, no need. Like, that's it. You didn't go anymore. And then the guy comes back, well, so you didn't watch it then, just say that. And I'm like, no, that's it.
This guy, and I looked through his account, and a lot of these people too have their names and links and stuff here. You could search their shit out easily. One guy works for a credit card, a tech company that handles credit services in Los Angeles. And it's only a few blocks away from the John Wayne Airport. And this guy's he's really laying into this whole thing. Like, he wants this conversation. And I'm kind of like, I don't really want to do it. And he's just going off a bit. And I looked around. I go, okay, here's the building. He's Suite 100. That's where they're. Okay.
That's my favorite bit that you do, is where you find out personal information and you just send it back to them. They get quiet.
Well, no, I'm not trying to dox them. It's
I understand. That's not what I'm saying. I'm just saying, like,
this is one of my techniques. So I see where his office is, and I look around. I'm searching a few block area and go, where is a good restaurant? Not like a coffee shop. What's it? Oh, there's a steakhouse here. A place called Mastro Steakhouse.
Right.
So I go, okay. And he's going off, and I said, you know what? How about this? Next time I fly into town, how about we go across the street to Mastro Steakhouse and talk this out? Steaks on me. And then the guy went, yeah, okay.
Yeah, because he knows that you know where he's at.
Oh, yeah. I found a lot of stuff.
That's my favorite bit.
But I'm not looking to dox him. I never want to dox anybody. But I'm always of the mindset of one of my favorite movies, The Untouchables. that scene when the elevator opens up and the accountant's dead, or the bookkeeper, whatever he was, and in blood it just says touchable.
Yeah.
That always resonated with me. I'm like, that's all you have to do is just show somebody that they're touchable, and that changes everything.
Yeah, because people hide behind the anonymity of the internet too many times.
So when stuff goes like that, I give them enough information just to know I can pinpoint where you are. And I'm not looking to die. I'm just saying, like, I name something that's near them, and that usually scares them off.
Yeah, he definitely is not looking to dox. And also for the listening audience, he is winking heavily when he says that.
Mm-hmm. Anyway. This person wrote, so don't watch it. Not everything is for you. And I said, although that's the go-to answer for a lot of terrible projects, you're allowed to not like things. Not everything has to be praised. Also, it's part of my job to keep up on things.
Well, what's your job? What job?
Read my profile. It tells you what my fucking job is. You can easily go there, click the link, Google my name. I'm everywhere. It's not hard to find me.
Well, and that's when his comment really bugged me. And that's why I jumped in. And I was like, look, the mark of any good storytelling is that it should appeal to everyone on some level. So when you say not everything is for you, then what you're saying is that the writers are specifically targeting a certain group of people. And if that's what they're doing, then they're not good at writing. A good writer will tell good stories and can weave in social issues, political issues, personal issues without making it a sole focus of every story. Next Generation did it. Voyager did it. And that's when you popped in. Simpsons did it. I was like, you know what? You're not wrong.
No, I just was following the whole
I know the pattern.
Yeah, it wasn't even that Simpsons did it.
It's just it's just frustrating. Don't hide behind bad writing because it's a social issue.
I think you meant unpopular opinion, and you're right. It's an unpopular opinion. And I just respond. I go, I was correct in the initial posting.
Correct.
That's it.
But
it drives people nuts.
All right, let's stop reading the highlights of threads. Let's move on. But yes, I mean, form your own opinion. I personally don't like the first episode. I'll continue to watch a couple more, but I don't have high hopes for this. I'll probably just go back and do a binge watch of Next Generation again. So
we'll end it with this. Jordan, read this chat.
When Eric was on some board and just typed, "No, it's not," and people kept arguing, and he typed, "It's not true." Lol. It's infuriating people.
Yeah,
that's true.
That's it.
That's all you have to do.
Oh yes, and they go, "It's this," and then you go, "No, it isn't."
The key is to just not engage on the level they want you to go down to.
Mm-hmm. Or, I mean, the key is to not engage at all. But when you're bored and you're sitting there watching the rest of these episodes, I'm like, I'd rather be on my phone than watching the rest of this shit.
Eric's like, well, the video that we did is rendering. We got to do all this. What else am I doing? I'm gonna go fight with all the sci-fi nerds.
All right, that was a long way to go for this. Let's get through the rest of segment 2. Out right now in theaters, The Mercy movie. That's the movie with Chris Pratt. It's essentially Minority Report and some other things together. Right. I'll give that a watch when it's on demand. Return to Silent Hill. Yeah,
it's the sequel to the original movie that came out like back in
not the second one that was in like that weird amusement park
with Jon Snow. No, I don't think it's I don't think it's the same one. I think it's the same director of all of them. I know he did the first one. But yes, this is a sequel.
Well, I do enjoy the Silent Hill franchise. I tried watching
the
gameplay of what's that with the Asian girl, Silent Hill F.
What the man, racist? Yeah, I believe so.
Yeah,
and that's just a recent one.
I'm trying to watch the I was watching a bunch of different people play it, and I was reading up on the storyline. I go, I don't know how this is Silent Hill. Like they just make this shit happen at night, but it didn't seem like it tied into any. They tried to make an anime Silent Hill, I think.
Yeah.
With that, but the game seems very well beloved, so that's fine. It's probably a fantastic game. Over on Netflix, like we said earlier, thanks to Bert Kreischer for coming on the show. Free Bert. Awesome. Is available, all 6 episodes. Go watch that, support him. WWE Unreal Season 2, that is the behind the scenes documentary that WWE does now, showing you how they lead up to big moments and big pay-per-views and what have you, how the pretty much pulling back the curtain, which a lot of people in the business don't care for, but it doesn't matter.
I like that kind of stuff.
There's no kayfabe, there's no nothing. It's just entertainment. Watch it.
Sure.
And then this, I didn't even know until
I forgot to put it on last week, but yes.
Until I saw an Instagram ad for this. They rebooted Star Search.
Sarah Michelle Gellar's part of it.
Jelly Rolls on it.
Yeah.
And I forgot who else was on there. I saw the graphic. Jelly Rolls? I don't know. But Star Search is being rebooted, and it's up right now on Netflix. Go watch that. Over on the Peacock, The Running Man, which is a terrible remake of that movie. The Fall and Rise of Reggie Dinkins.
So Tina Fey is producing. It centers on a former NFL player who is played by Tracy Morgan. He's publicly disgraced over a gambling scandal, and like he's just down on his luck. So looking to reboot his image, he hires a kind of like a high-strung documentarian who is played by Daniel Radcliffe, where he comes into his own, and he's basically it's like 30 Rock meets, all the Kimmy Schmidt, things like that. So it's another one
more
of
the
projects.
same.
More of the same, but I think it looks funny. So I'm gonna watch that one for sure.
I wasn't aware of that, but I'll definitely give that a go.
Mm-hmm.
Did I skip? Oh, I did.
You skipped like a bunch of stuff. Yes.
Over on HBO Max, Mel Brooks, the 99-year-old man, that documentary, right?
Documentary about him. Yeah, it was
but that's not new.
It just came out.
What was the other Mel Brooks documentary?
It wasn't this one.
There was that documentary they had where at some points they were showing him and Carl Reiner. He would come over like every other day or something. They would sit there and eat dinner with TV trays in the living room, watching like Jeopardy and stuff like. You don't remember that documentary?
I remember that, but I don't know if that was a documentary. I think that was something completely different. Because I remember exactly what you're talking about.
Huh. Okay. Well, if it's
this one just came out literally, I think like today, and it's like a series. So it's like 2 parts, and it's Judd Apatow. I think directed it. And they explored the life and legacy of Mel Brooks. It looks fantastic. I love Mel Brooks.
I do too. So all right, I'll go watch that. Some other documentaries that are fun to watch over on Disney Plus. Disneyland Handcrafted.
I like that.
Which is the documentary of how they built Disneyland and how they did all the architecture and sketched everything out to the creation of the different lands within the park. Springsteen, Delivery Me from Nowhere. Who gives a shit about Bruce Springsteen?
Yeah, that didn't do well at all.
And The Beauty. What is that?
It's another Ryan Murphy, the guy who did American Horror Story. It's another one of his projects. It's basically this woman combusts spontaneously on the catwalk in Paris during a killing spree. And then, apparently the beauty is like a sexually transmitted infection. I don't know. It's just It's Ryan Murphy. It's weird shit. So
all right, and then on demand, if you got kids, the SpongeBob movie, Search for SquarePants, which is perfect if you're going to be here for the snowpocalypse.
Yeah,
that is coming this weekend to 30 of the 50 United States this weekend.
Not good for
I know
the West
Kaylee, if Kaylee's in the chat there, she's up in the Rochester area, which might as well be Buffalo. They're used to this. They're mocking and laughing at the.
I was going to say they just laugh at all the lake effect shit that they all deal with in that area, and they're like, eh.
Like this is nothing. Next week, coming up on Disney Plus, Marvel's Wonder Man, the first project of 2026.
That is getting heavily pushed every time. Like I'm watching The Rookie on Hulu, so like every commercial, it's the fucking Wonder Man commercial.
I'm curious to how this works out. Because it doesn't seem to make a lot of sense, but
yeah, I don't know.
And then the Wrecking Crew on Prime on January 28th. Excuse me, I just pulled a stuttering John there. What was the Wrecking Crew? I wrote it down the other day.
I was gonna say you put it on there, and I forgot to look. So I
reason why I wrote it. Oh yes, this is the movie with Dave Bautista and Jason Momoa.
Oh my god, I forgot that movie was even coming.
Yeah, estranged half-brothers Johnny and James reunite after their father's mysterious death. As they search for the truth, buried secrets reveal a conspiracy threatening to tear the whole family apart. It looks like one of those goofy action movies. Like it could be
where you put
fun.
2 action stars, they run around, do stupid shit.
It's in that same vibe. I hate that, but the same vibe of remember the Idris Elba John Cena movie where he's playing.
Yeah, that was actually really good. Like Head of States or Heads of State.
Yeah. Kind of goofy, or the John Cena Aquafina movie.
So you're saying anything John Cena's in?
I mean, look, he's the Marlon Brando of our time. But the point being that these fun, goofy action movies are enjoyable on a street. Like I wouldn't go to a theater to see this, but watching them on the streaming services, you're sitting there one night.
Sure,
it feels very. I mean, they're different, but the same. Like the 80s action movies, you would go watch.
They're all the same. Yeah.
There was a lot of corny dialogue or cool dialogue, stuff blowing up, fights, whatever. but it was a popcorn kind of movie.
Sure.
Turn off your mind and enjoy and have fun watching movie.
Yeah,
See,
like your favorite movie, Stop or My Mom Will Shoot.
Too.
Could you imagine?
What was the other movie Batista was in where it was during a zombie apocalypse where they had to pull off a heist?
Army of the Dead.
Yes.
And that was a Zack Snyder bit.
Right. Still a fun movie streaming. Sure. I wouldn't have gone to the theater to see it, but watching it online and at home, perfectly fine and enjoyable.
Right.
The Wrecking Crew is also one of those things. Jordan, you have some words for the audience.
I do. I mean, everyone's doing their own shows now. So if you're looking and thinking about starting a podcast or looking to grow the one you already have, you need a platform that's simple, reliable, and built for creators. Libsyn is the original home for podcasters. They offer rock-solid hosting, intuitive publishing tools, and IAB-certified analytics so you can finally stop guessing and start growing. Libsyn is an independent platform that puts creators first. Understand your audience and build your own show with confidence. Sign up at Libsyn.com, choose the plan that fits your needs, and use promo code It's Eric Nagel, all one word, at checkout to get your first month free.
All right. Thank you very much, Jordan. Now here's Jordan with the news.
I know a few of you in the chat have been mentioning this as we've been talking and shitting all over Star Trek. But yes, Masters of the Universe put out their very first teaser.
Damn it, I was going to run to the bathroom real quick. But yes, Masters of the Universe, the teaser was out yesterday.
Today. So they put out a teaser for the teaser. Today, this morning, was the official teaser that just got released.
Wait a minute. There's a teaser for a teaser or a teaser for a trailer?
No. This is considered a teaser because it's short. So technically yesterday was a teaser for the teaser. We still haven't got a full trailer. No, the business is stupid and I hate every bit of it. But yes, they did put out a teaser today showing basic plot points that Adam was sent to Earth. Like the rumors have been.
I got to watch that.
Did you not watch it?
I saw the teaser yesterday. I did not see the one that was released today.
So the one that was released today, basic plot points. It shows Adam on Earth. It shows him trying to get
as
his
it is
sword.
in heaven. Oh wait, that's
yes, exactly.
Guy.
It shows some of the other characters very quickly. You see Evil Lynn. You see Spycore, which is such a random character to put in there. Beastman's in it. They show Skeletor. You don't hear his voice. They don't tell everybody it's Jared Leto. But it's definitely looks pretty good as far as aesthetics. I don't know how well the story is going to be yet.
Can I tell you since you said how good he looks, how great or how grateful I was that he looks very cartoonish than what Skeletor was portrayed in the 80s Masters of the Universe movie, because I was afraid they were going to do that.
You're going to put like a Frank Langella, like just prosthetics over his face?
Something, but you saw how bad he fucked up the Joker in the Suicide Squad movies. Like Skeletor would have had a grill, and tattoos and all their fucking nonsense.
Long hair.
The fact that they make him look like a cartoon and they're not hiding the fact with the CGI trying to make it look super realistic, because you see the scenes of Battle Cat and you look at it and you go, okay, it's CGI, but they shaded it or colored it in a way to make it look cartoonish, but if the cartoon was in real life. Yeah. Right? Almost like a Roger Rabbit kind of a thing, where you're looking at it and you go, that's acceptable. I'm okay with that. The way he looks, the Orko looks.
There's no Orko. Orko's not in it.
I saw a shot online that Orko's not in the movie.
I didn't see him at all in this trailer. There's no Orko.
Oh, did I fall for
Did you fall for some AI?
An AI thing? Because I saw a screen thing on Twitter as I was going through, because I didn't
see any Orko whatsoever. I did see Fisto, which is such a random character to be in this movie.
Well, Fisto's history was he was mind controlled by Skeletor. He-Man snaps him out, and he's really a good guy. He was a villain.
He punch shit with his big fucking fist.
I know, it's fantastic. But
such a great
he was a villain because his family got killed or something, captured or whatever. So he was under the control of Skeletor. So if he's got that same storyline, fantastic. Yeah. Fisto being in there, I'm glad. Who knows who else we'll see? Do we see Mechaneck? I hope we don't see the fucking Bumblebee, because who cares about the
Buzz-Off? That Buzz-Off is one of my favorite characters.
Don't care about that.
I know Ram Man is in it for sure. I saw him.
I want to see Triclops.
Beastman. Interesting. Beastman's in it. I saw him, and it looks good.
All right.
Yeah. No, I mean, I can't say I have high expectations, but this trailer, I didn't hate it. Like it looks fun. Like it's definitely hitting the nostalgia button. You know what I mean? Like I that's all I was in the He-Man. Like,
Chris says, shit, Ram Man was in X-Men kind of. No, you're talking about Juggernaut in the Deadpool second movie. Yeah. Where is Stinkor? I don't know.
Or Moss Man. I used to have Moss Man who had like that felt and you touch it. Stinkor had like it smelled weird.
My mom still has my Moss Man figure.
Moss Man's great.
As a kid, she still has it.
That's actually really fun.
I got to show you something. Go on to the next thing. But yeah, I'm actually excited. I want to see the He-Man movie.
Yeah, no, it should be good. So Oscar nominations actually got put out today. They announced them this morning. Sinners, Kaylee's favorite movie in the world, has dominated with 16 nods. One Battle After Another followed with 13, which is crazy. That movie I thought failed, and apparently it's the greatest thing in the world to everybody. Both films were nominated for Best Picture at the 2026 Academy Awards, along with Frankenstein, Begonia, which I just talked about, I think 2 shows ago, Hamnet, Marty Supreme, Sentimental Value, which I've never heard of, Train Dreams, which I never heard of, sounds like an autistic thing, F1, which is really weird to be in for Best Picture, and then The Secret Agent. With all 16 nods, Sinners has topped the previous record of 14 nominations, which was held by All About Eve, Titanic, and La La Land. All those movies won except for La La Land, which failed to actually capture Best Picture. There were some notable snubs, Ariana Grande and Cynthia Erivo.
Skeletor.
No,
not Skeletor. Nosferatu.
Black Nosferatu did not get any nods. There were some notable. Let's see. They did not get anything for Wicked. They were passed over for the sequel Wicked for Good. Paul Mescal, who earned rave reviews for his performance as William Shakespeare in Hamnet, was also overlooked. At the same time, F1, an action film set in the world of car racing, scored an upset Best Picture nomination, which is very odd. I'm not going to go over all the other categories if you want to go look them up, but yes, they've put those out there, and we'll see how it plays.
I can tell you something fun that I saw online after the Golden Globes, because then I didn't really watch much of it. I saw a couple pieces, and then I waited the next day to see if there was anything worth pulling. Right. So I'm searching Golden Globes trends online. And I'm seeing all these theater people, these fucking theater dorks.
Oh, they're so mad about it.
And the gay community all upset that Wicked, not so, I mean, yes, Wicked should have gotten something at least, you know, I mean, it was well done. But they were going off about the fucking song because what's her name? Nosferatu sang a song in Wicked 2 that was nominated. And they were pissed that song didn't go there. You started seeing the K-pop and anime people going after the theater and the gay people because if you're not aware, nor should you care, Golden from K-pop Demon Hunter, which is the biggest song in the world.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Won the award, and rightfully so. So it's not like they got robbed. It was these people that were projecting that because, that's the big sweetheart of Broadway that all these communities are behind. They should have won everything, and they did. And they were talking about this song, shit, whatever. Look, there are factions online that are, have strength in numbers. The gay community is definitely one of them. The theater community usually teams up with the gay community and things like that. And so they form Voltron together and go after people online. But the anime community is insanely big. And it's not just a specific demographic, it's worldwide. And then you got the K-pop, which is a rabid fan base, and he's the K-pop, the J-pop, all of that stuff. Right. So when you got those two factions competing and shitting all over the theater and the gay community for saying that this song is shit, and they're like, "Fuck you!" It's like, all right, I see where this is going. I have no investment in this fight. I am the white guy who should be sitting on the side and keeping his mouth shut. And I just read everything, and I was like, I agree with them. The K-pop song is the biggest song in the world, and it will win the Oscar. And then you'll have a whole other resurgence of this song again, all over the place. It'll show up on number one again on the streaming services, on the radio stations, whatever, because it won that stuff there. I just want to point this out real quick. Chris is saying, I have Snake Mountain and Castle Grayskull. Yeah, you know what,
he liked
Chris?
the microphone to talk into the Snake Mountain.
You know what, Chris? So do I.
Oh, that hurts my heart. I love that so much.
My original Castle Grayskull.
They show Castle Grayskull in the trailer, and I don't hate it. I don't know if I fully like it. But
Fuck off with my Snake Mountain.
Fuck you.
With the microphone right there.
That's actually really cool.
Damn right it is. There we go.
I was going to say, I have He-Man
all my He-Man shit in there. I'll pull out an attack track if you make me.
Oh, was that the one that looked like a shark?
Yeah.
Yeah.
No. Attack track. It's weird because the toy didn't look. It looked like a conversion van on the TV show that had the wheels that would flip over like that as it went. But the toy was just like a blue one-person cycle with those wheels like that. I've got all kinds of shit back there.
I used to have the He-Man that would have like the sky cycle, which looked like a fucking eagle.
Yes, that had the flipper wheels.
Yeah,
yes, really the things that would fly off. Because they were not gargoyles, but mounted figures. I guess either on the Palace or on Grayskull. They were supposed to be that. Yeah,
so good.
Got all that stuff. Sorry, go ahead.
That's okay. So Teresa Palmer, she's going to be joining Ryan Hurst. I know last week we talked about God of War being cast. Ryan Hurst from Sons of Anarchy fame. He was also in Return of the Titan. Remember the Titans, like back in the day. He's going to be Kratos. Well, they cast Teresa Palmer, who stars on Discovery of Witches, and she was in Warm Bodies, to be in the show. The show to play Lady Sif or Phoebe. She's the wife and goddess of family of Kratos. They cast a bunch of other people. I didn't want to bring too much to here because I want to kind of try to be a little secretive about it because it's going to be kind of cool. But yeah, they cast another big person for the show, which is awesome. So moving on, SNL alums Ego Nwodim and Devin Walker, along with Titus Burgess, who I actually really love from Kimmy Schmidt, has been cast. And this is actually something I really like. And this just shows a white guy can like some stuff. They're making a barbershop TV series for Amazon Prime. And I love the movies. I love Barbershop 1 and 2. I loved Beauty Shop. Queen Latifah. All that. I love those stupid movies. I love them. So they're making a TV show. The adaptation revolves around Travis Porter, who endeavors to follow in the footsteps of his
Porter, yes,
who follows in his footsteps of his grandfather, a legendary barber at the iconic Calvin's Barbershop in Chicago. And while the other barbers are new, the shop remains just as lively, the customers just as argumentative, and the fades still the dopest in the city. I hate that. But
who's producing this?
I don't know who's producing, but they cast like a bunch of people. I can't wait. Like if they do it well, I think it could be fun as a series. Because
they're going to bring Ice Cube back in.
I hope they do. I mean, it's still Calvin's Barbershop. I mean, you still got to do, bring it in.
Cedric the Entertainer's still kicking around.
I'm hoping. Well, his character was old, so I'm hoping that maybe this person, Travis Porter, is like his grandson. So like, you still bring him in somehow, but. I don't know. But yeah, I saw that and I really, really liked that. I love the Friday movies. I love all those stuff. So yes, that actually made me happy when I read that they're doing a show. Unlike The Burbs, which I saw a trailer for and I just, fuck that shit. I don't want to watch The Burbs.
Yeah.
But this, I'm excited for. So moving on, much like the Wile E. Coyote movie that they decided to shelve and now it's coming back. Well, they didn't learn, so now they're going to make a Speedy Gonzales movie. That's in the works over at Warner Brothers. They,
I thought they banned him.
Remember
in the 2000s, Cartoon Network and Warner Brothers took him. No, they took later on. They took Pepe Le Pew off because he's a rapist. But
he's French.
They took Speedy Gonzales off
Interesting.
because they said it was stereotype, which I don't get. But I'm like, if
you
it was
know
his
how all
cousin,
Mexicans are fast.
well, no, yes, they all yell underlay, arriba, and then they just take off down the road. No, but
Just
you know,
run
unless
everywhere.
I could see with his cousin Slowpoke Gonzales, but the other rest of it, I didn't make any
Senor
sense.
Speedy.
But that's great. Bring back. I hope
love
it's not.
Slowpoke.
I hope it makes sense. I hope it's not like fluffy. You know, what's his name? Iglesias, Julio. Iglesias?
Yeah, not Julio Iglesias. Yeah, no, you know what? Yes, Julio Iglesias
That's what
and
I
his
said.
and his friend Enrique. No, so
Julio Iglesias. Joe Church is his name.
So this guy Jorge Gutierrez, which at least they got a Mexican director, he's going to direct an animated feature centering on the classic Looney Tunes character Speedy Gonzales. Plot details have not been shared, and a writer has not been announced. Gutierrez took to social media last month to tease the project, posting a photo of himself holding a Speedy Gonzales figurine while wearing a straw hat and a red bandana, similar to the ones that the Lightning Quick Mouse typically
Tamales
wore.
laying everywhere.
He added the caption, "Guess what movie I might be developing over at Warner Brothers Pictures Animation." First of all, they have to bring Slowpoke in. I love, oh, Senor Speedy.
I wish I would have saw that post because I was like, is it Red Hood? You know, just something that had nothing to do.
Just something completely different. Yeah. So yeah, that one, that's interesting considering how much they've shelved so much animation for Warner Brothers lately, especially with the Looney Tunes.
If they're smart, or at least if Netflix is smart when they take this over,
They shelve it.
They
and then really get the bidding war up again, just like with
they
the Wile E.
wasted
Coyote
so
movie.
much time and money
Mhm.
by just fucking doing nothing with the Looney Tunes library.
Mhm.
Like Looney Tunes should have been up there because they were edgier than Disney. They were more, relevant for a while than Disney, and then Disney far surpassed them because they just didn't do much with the Warner Brothers properties anymore.
Right.
And now that they got Roger Rabbit, they got the rights to Roger Rabbit. You could tie it in all into the Looney Tunes community. You just don't have the Disney character unless they work out a deal like Marvel and Sony do. But
Right.
why do I'm glad they're doing more shit with the Looney Tunes. I love going back. I bought all the old collections because I knew
You have to because they just take them off streaming all the time.
Yeah, so I love watching those old collections all the time.
No, me too.
Oh,
and they're just so good. This one's an interesting one. Kenan Thompson and Kel Mitchell are going to star in a horror comedy called Kenan and Kel Meet Frankenstein.
I love it.
Well, I love it because it harkens back to the Abbott and Costello movies where they met like the Mummy or Frankenstein. Like, I think this is a good thing. The film is going to be in production this summer. The story follows two delivery drivers whose routine drop-off takes a terrifying turn when they arrive at a creepy, out-of-place castle and accidentally awaken Frankenstein's monster, turning an ordinary night into a fight for survival.
And it's Frankenstein from the Guillermo del Toro movie.
I really hope so. That would be great. Then they get an Oscar nod and it'd be fantastic.
Yeah.
I like it because, like I said, I love those old Abbott Costello movies. I like the idea of mixing the genres and doing that kind of stuff. It also kind of bums me out is that this is kind of similar to a movie idea that I once had. And I'm like, fuck, I don't know if I can write this now. But it's kind of fun. But yeah, that should be fun. Speaking of not fun things and pointless, Hans Zimmer is going to compose the Harry Potter HBO series original score. I like Hans Zimmer. I like what he does. I really don't see the point of this new Harry Potter series. I don't know. We'll see.
To be fair, Harry Potter's over 20 years old.
25. I think they're going to be celebrating the 25th
rebooting
anniversary.
something like that for a younger audience might jumpstart the book sales again.
I know. I always.
I know
the
movies were so legendary that it's not like a lesser franchise that you could reboot it again and it's not going to be that big of a deal.
It just doesn't feel like it was that long ago. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It feels weird.
We'll
but yeah, he's going to be doing the original score. He says the responsibility is something that myself, Carrot Tail, and Anze Roseman do not take lightly. Magic is all around us, often just beyond reach. But in the world of Harry Potter, you simply must look for it. With the score, we're hoping to bring audiences that little bit closer to it whilst honoring what has come before. The only reason I I don't know. It just feels weird because John Williams is such a legendary composer to have to redo something, not only in a new franchise based off of, other stuff.
That is weird. You're right. Cause they still have the rights. Why don't you just use the original music and just redo I don't know.
I don't know either.
You're right.
So there's that. The Conjuring universe sets its next movie with a 2027 release. Despite last year's blockbuster finale, the Conjuring franchise hasn't set its last rites yet. Warner Brothers announced upcoming release dates for a handful of its biggest titles, among which was a prequel to the James Wan created horror universe titled The Conjuring First Communion. It will mark the 10th installment in the long-running series of paranormal hauntings, premiering on September 10th, 2027, just ahead of the Halloween season. Atomic Monster and Peter Safran's company will once again be behind the new chapter. I like the Conjuring movies. I didn't watch the last one yet. I'm going to. It's cool that they're going to do it.
I've meant to. I saw the first one, and that was it. Really? And I meant to watch all the others, and I haven't done it. I've said it for years now that I keep wanting to watch.
You want to do it like The Nun and Annabelle and all that stuff.
Yeah.
You're like, no, it's too
Skittles keeps telling me The Nun sucks. I don't need to worry about it.
I've heard the same. I've never watched it, but I've also heard that where it's like, yeah, don't worry about it. It's not that great.
Okay.
But we'll see. And to finish things off, like I said earlier, NoFX is set to a feature-length documentary exploring 40 years of punk, excess, and survival. NoFX is opening the vault on 4 decades of chaos, excess, and survival in a new feature-length documentary titled 40 Years of Fucking Up, which is currently in post-production. The band revealed details of the project on Friday, the 17th, with founding member Fat Mike confirming the film status while appearing at the Punk Rock Museum's NoFX exhibition. According to Fat Mike, the documentary does not shy away from the most extreme, uncomfortable, or self-destructive chapters of the group's history. Most people wouldn't be okay with releasing a film that shows footage of getting whipped in their dungeon, or their drug use for the past 20 years, or dressing up like a rubber cheap whore, or the ambulance ride when they were naked while puking and shitting blood. I'm not like most people, Fat Mike said. I like NoFX. I love punk music. I love ska. I like all of that stuff. It sounds interesting.
It does, but we'll see if it actually is going to come out on time, because they just got served papers for a lawsuit.
I saw that.
And it was right. They had to make that announcement before they did the rest of the Punk Rock Museum thing and this information being out. But yeah, they just did their final show together, their 40th anniversary show. Yeah. And they were doing all these shows. They did their final one. And then 8 hours after the show was done, what is he, the bassist or the guitarist? Eric Melvin.
I'm going to say bassist.
All right. Well, anyway, Eric Melvin, if you know NoFX, you know who he is, served Fat Mike and their organization stuff with papers accusing them of financial fraud and withholding monies. Nobody else in the band is saying this. Nobody else in like Fat Records and all that other stuff are saying
guitarist,
this.
excuse me.
It's just this guy. So when I saw that announcement, I was like, I had no idea there was an issue.
Me neither.
At all.
Yeah.
Apparently they didn't either. And then who was it? I forgot who said it, but he said, look, Fat Mike's a lot of things, and he lists some horrible stuff about him, but he's not a liar and he's not a thief. So
that is funny to like completely like list a bunch of shit things about a person and then be like, also, yeah, he's not a liar.
You're going to assume for all of that stuff. But anyway, I would love to see that documentary. Hopefully it does come out, and hopefully they can resolve everything on their end and and ride off into the punk rock sunset.
Before we wrap this up, I'm going to show you something.
No.
If you can see this is a young Jordan opening his Battle Cat. Loving me some He-Man back in the day.
Look at that
fucking Battle Cat, man.
That surfer do hairdo.
Yeah, my hair used to be like bright blonde, like white.
And you used to have it.
I used to have youth,
a
gleam in my eye, happiness,
vitality, all of that stuff.
All the social media, let's do that.
All right. We do need to get out of here, but before we do the plugs, thank you again to our guest, Bert Kreischer, for coming on the program. Check out his new show, Free Bert, on Netflix. 6 episodes. Cannot recommend it enough.
Funny.
Bert, gets called a lot of things. But Bert has always been nice to me. He's always been very cool with me, and I have no reason to think otherwise of him. By his actions, by his words, he texts every now and then. Great guy, and I don't give a shit what anybody else may or may not think. But Bert is he's a good dude. And
I mean, he knows you and he has history with you. He had no reason to be as cordial and awesome to me. And when you were having your issues and me and him were just talking, he couldn't have been the nicest guy. Like, he was just super nice. Right. And I appreciated that. That was awesome.
So please check out Free Bert on Netflix, available right now. And with that being said, Jordan, our nation's eyes turn to you.
You can find me on Instagram, X, YouTube at Jinxed Ronan, Twitch at Jinxed Ronan 79. If you have an Amazon account and you want to use your free month subscription to our Twitch channel, it's Eric Nagel. Go on over there, use your Amazon Prime subscription, subscribe for a month for free. You're already paying for Amazon. You might as well hook us up with a little bit of love. And it helps the show and costs you nothing more. So I appreciate you.
All right. For me and the show and things of that nature, at It's Eric Nagel across the board on all the social medias. If you're on the iHeartRadio app, do us a kindness, put us in the #1 position on the presets. We're told it does something. Over on Apple, Spotify, those kind of places, if you subscribe there for the audio-only version of the show, hey, you are a superstar. Please go over there and leave us a positive review. It does help out the program. And if you want to join us live on the video side as we do this show each and every week, go to YouTube and to Twitch. You can subscribe there and let you know when the show is live. And if you can't do that, you just catch the show whenever you can. Clips. The memberships are going to be starting up this weekend, so we'll be posting out on social media when that's available for you. The YouTube channel is the place to be, at It's Eric Nagel. All right. That's it, right? We got everything?
That is all.
All right.
And by the power of Grayskull, I have the power.
By the power of Grayskull, Jordan has to go to the bathroom. So until next time, everybody.
Be excellent to each other.
And we'll be seeing you.
It's Eric Nagel.
You're too late. I've seen it all.
I can explain everything.
You don't have to.
I don't.
Don't worry. There's nothing illegal about any of this.
Are you sure?
Of course. This is America. It's a free country. Don't you know that?
I didn't know it was that free.
Alas, we're out of time.
Follow It's Eric Nagel on social media platforms. For ways to watch and listen to the show, or join us for the live shows, head over to itsericnagel.com. Yo, and remember to tell 2 friends, so they can tell 2 friends, and they can tell 2 friends, they can tell 2 friends, they can tell 2 friends. You get the idea.
Keep it real, homies.